$70,000 a year, but then I cut that in half to about 30 to 27,000.
Well, this reference for July 23rd, 2013 that says LaMarcia McDonald monthly safe savings.
Yeah, she's over some of my personal affairs and taking things out and adhering to kind of some of the things I want done with my account. So that's what that means. This is not, none of this is ministry. This is all personal.
Well, then I don't have the ministry's ledger. He's saying this is personal.
Oh, the ministry is in the back. I can see that now.
So you're saying you personally...
These first few pages are personal?
Let me ask you a question. So you're saying that this entry of safe savings that you previously identified as something for the ministry is actually your personal savings?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
And when you say when you come into money, you say you have a salary.
Well, come into money.
That's the that's what a term you use. When I come into money.
No. When I get paid a paycheck.
Okay.
You understand what that means about a paycheck? A paycheck, if I get a salary that's $70,000 a year, then I'm able to take more. What was your salary in
2013?
I don't know, because we made adjustments.
You don't know what you earned in 2013?
Not fully. I know I started cutting things in half, so I want to be accurate, but I can get all of that information for you. It's proprietary, so it's not...
I'm sorry?
I said I can get all that information for you. It's proprietary.
Proprietary? What does that have to do? What do you mean by that?
It's open.
That's not what that word means.
You should know. Well, it don't matter. You know what I mean.
No, I don't. That's what I'm asking you.
You do know what I mean. Because you defined it. So if you know what the sentence means, let's just move on. Let's not be children. I think that you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, I don't, sir.
That
I
everything
do not.
is, whatever I have, you can have. It's not a problem about my salary.
Let's proceed with questions and answers.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if there are ministry ledgers produced or if it's just all personal.
Well, if you really... I don't think you've really had a chance to look at everything.
No, I have looked at some, but not...
I know. So I can kind of see you're a little off by this because these first few pages is personal. And
I'm sorry? And
then down here is ministry. So it's all together, but there's a part that's personal and a part that's...
can you mark that?
Ministry. So... So you see this part personal.
Do you want to see that? It's a W-2.
Players beside Martinez.
Oh. I don't know if I care. Can you identify that document that's marked as Exhibit 2?
Yes.
And what is it?
It's a W-2.
For whom?
Me. Myself.
And your name is listed as what?
David Taylor.
And what year is that for?
2013.
And how much is the W-2?
$27K.
27,000 even?
Yes.
Okay, if I may have that.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it your testimony that this W-2 that you've identified accurately lists your wages from Joshua Media Ministry?
Yes.
And that's who issued this W-2?
Who issued it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Joshua Media Ministry.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're saying from this $27,000 salary, that reflects your salary?
Yes.
Yep, I think you probably have to.
Yes.
Okay. That these monthly safe savings of $3,500 plus.
Is that every month?
Hold on.
Yeah.
that those savings came from your salary?
Well, it depends on the money flow. Like if my bills are lesser or higher in each month, I have more I can save. So I don't know if you're looking at $35,000 every month. Do it say every month on
Well,
there?
if you look at what I was referring to as page 2,
Okay. One.
for 2013.
Just from July, because we don't got.
Okay. July 23rd, 2013, where you take out $3,567.02. And that seems like a pretty specific amount. How would that
Yes.
be arrived at?
You know, I'm because she's over that. I
Because
really
she's
don't
over
know.
that?
Yeah, she's over this part of it. I don't know. I see what's being written here, but I really need them to help answer this. You know, for
Do you
me.
have a bank statement that shows where that would have gone into?
Oh yeah, all of this.
Can you-
That's why it's.
Will you produce your bank statements that we asked pursuant to the subpoena?
Of course. That
Okay.
would be great.
Wait a second. Let's be clear. The bank statements you requested were those that reflected monies from Deborah Frazier. Are you asking for something different now?
Well, I'm not sure Mr. Taylor can explain to me if this is ministry money or his personal money. There seems to be some confusion
No,
there.
it's
He said
not.
he
This is
can't.
personal. Well, I mean, from what it looks like, but I can't fully answer because I don't have the person who handles all money.
Well, can you talk to her between now and the next
I sure
deposition to
can.
kind
I can do
of
that.
refresh your
And
memory?
we can answer that for you.
Okay.
I don't understand why that's.
Where's it, what are we showing? Is it the new one or- This is in microprint. I'm trying to read something.
This is his personal, he's tested.
Look at that page 1 of that document we were reviewing before.
Okay.
You know, I'll just have
Which document?
all of this marked so we're clear. This is proposed deposition exhibit 3. It is part of what you handed me as the ledger,
Okay.
and page numbers 1 through 11 that go from July 1, 2013 to November 8th, 2014.
And David's hairline is the ninth wonder of the world, Javi. David's hairline is the ninth wonder. 3 or 4 times during this depot to make proprietary work. Yeah, and again, he couldn't, Ben Bowman, no, because he's a fucking Nimrod. He doesn't know what fucking proprietary means. He's all, it's proprietary. You know what it means. Just let's not fucking be children here, okay? Because I'm tired of answering all the hard questions here, okay? So good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to another episode of Full Frontal Investigation. I'll be your host. You a pussy, Rich Holmes. And today what we're going to talk about is we're going to keep an open chat about the case. I'll just keep it free flowing. But what we're going to talk about first, very first, okay? I was talking with Cliff today for a while, man, and we had a good chat. And this is why this case started right here. This deposition is what kicked off the entire investigation, everybody. Had nothing to do with YouTubers, me, anybody. Hey, what's up, BB Alexandro? How you doing? Good to see you. What up? It's the whole reason the investigation even started was because of the deposition. This right here. Whoever picked it up on the other end, I don't know who. I don't know who, but somebody did. Somebody with some power and authority found this on the other end. They're like, there's a problem here. Mm-hmm. So since about 2017, 2018, I don't know when they really got involved, but it was around that time somewhere. It was around that time somewhere. And the only reason the investigation exists is because of this. David went in there looking like an asshole, and somebody's like, all right, we need to look into this guy because it looks like he's doing some shady shit. So they did. And that's why he's in jail now. So that is the only reason. Anybody ever says the reason the case exists because of something else? No, it's because of this fucking deposition right here. It's the only reason. We told David, had he just given back the 10%, had he just given back 10% like we told him, David, give back 10%. Hey, thanks, Ben. Oh, you're Navy vet? I always make all the vets moderators. Yeah. Just don't abuse it. All my vets get mod status right away. We just need the Marines, and then we could open the fucking ship store, dude. You too, man. Happy Veterans Day, man. Thanks for your service, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifices. And here we are on the flip side of it, right, Ben? Right? Like we always say, hey, our fucking oath didn't end at the door, man. Right? Which is another reason why we continued on. Like these, what David did, I firmly believe it's a form of fucking domestic terrorism, man. What he was doing with religion and fucking people over and laundering money, doing dirty shit behind the church. That shit need to be shut the fuck down. So, on with the facts of the case. So this case is over. This deposition, like I was just saying, it's about money laundering. It's about forced labor. And there's so many aspects we can go back and look at. And I was just thinking about this right now. So on the channel, let's take a peek here. There's 2,300 videos, 2,327 videos. I don't know how many are live. I don't know how many are shorts. I don't know how many are long form. I don't know. But there's so much information in here regarding this cult. I mean, we started this, 5 years ago? Yeah. Yeah. The judge.
States of America versus David Taylor.
This is the audio, man. Hey, Rob Q, how you doing? And she did. This magistrate tore him open a new asshole. She tore him a new fucking halo, like in his back of his head. Yeah, that's what David's telling Bubba. It don't go there. It don't go there. Yeah, it don't go there, okay? Hey, stop it. It don't go there, Bubba. So yeah, we've all heard this audio, but this is the audio from the court hearing from the magistrate. And she did. She clearly thought there was something wrong and that David didn't need to be out on bond because he was clearly a danger to the community. And she stressed that. And I was talking to Cliff about this today and Matt and a lot of you guys, man. It was refreshing to hear the judge take the frustration from us and take that worry. Let's listen. It does. Like every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, thank God. Fuck. Somebody's hearing us. Like there's a woman judge. It's like, it don't go there. That's out of place.
Sarah Cohen, on behalf of the United States. Thank you. Just put your appearance again on the record, please.
Oh, Scott Rosenblum. I'm sorry. I was just getting.
Oh, and Lavelle. I've been talking to some people about some people who know some people, and they're saying that's the dumbest idea for him to take the stand, especially if he's going to think about subpoenaing you to court. That's the dumbest fucking idea. Not only is it dumb for him because it's going to force the victims to have to come forward and relive the bullshit, and juries typically don't like that. Juries don't like that when people like David make their victims and their survivors come forward and look their abuser in the face. They don't like that. They don't like that. It's going to piss the jury off something vicious if...
All right. Mr. Taylor, I'm going to say some things that the folks in this courtroom have probably heard a couple more
Hey, Ben, I'll show you some documents from yesterday that I already did.
times today.
Let me get it pulled up
But it
here.
is part of my decision-making process. And the first thing is you are entitled to the presumption of innocence. There is nothing that has taken
Right here.
place in this hearing today, anything that was in the government's proffer, its memorandum, or anything that I might set forth in any
you go, Ben.
finding that's intended or should affect that presumption of your innocence. And this is a detention hearing, and it's governed by the Bail Reform Act. And that act says that detention is considered an exceptional step. Bond is presumed unless it is determined that there are no conditions or combination of conditions that will reasonably assure your appearance or reasonably assure the safety of the community. And the act requires that I impose the least restrictive measures to provide those reasonable assurances. Now, in your case, with the charges that you are facing, it is a presumption case. And that means that these charges are so serious by their very nature that Congress has decided that it is presumed you don't get bond. But as your lawyer said, that presumption can be overcome. And I understand the government has a belief that they haven't overcome the presumption, but you just need some evidence to overcome it. You don't have a criminal history, and you have ties to varying communities. So I'm going to assume that you have overcome the presumption of detention. But then I have to look to the 3142G factors. They were all talked about here today in some way, shape, or another. And they're in the government's brief, and they're talked about in the brief that was filed by your lawyer. The first is the nature and circumstances of the offense. It's laid out in the indictment. It's very serious. These allegations are horrific. I understand that this is ostensibly a church, but from where the court sees it, it has serious questions. If churches that I know don't operate in this manner, and this is a presumption case, and so this factor, the nature and circumstances of the offense, and I understand you have what you have telling me a formidable defense to what is laid out in the indictment and the nature and circumstances, but what I'm looking at, it's serious, it weighs in favor of detention. Then I consider the weight of the evidence. It's not the weight of the evidence of your guilt or innocence. It's the weight of the evidence as to your risk of non-appearance or danger to the community. And as to your risk of non-appearance, the government has set forth here today and in its memorandum, that you have some financial means
What's up, Jeff?
potentially.
Got you, brother.
I don't know if it's super significant for you to go a lot of places, but what's really concerning about me is that you have ties so many different places in so many different states, and you have supporters. I'm hearing, 200,000 people, and that gives me some concern that you are a risk of non-appearance through your ties and your supporters. And they only have to convince me by a preponderance of the evidence. And they've come really close to that. But I'm mostly concerned about the danger to the community. And they have to show clear and convincing evidence. And I look at what's set forth in the affidavit. Those aren't just, there's allegations, yes, but there's actual text messages that are set forth that enhance what's in the affidavit.
We always say, don't fucking do shit in text messages, okay? Because
I understand this is an ongoing investigation and they are still uncovering things. And the things that they have told me today that they have uncovered are very concerning, very disturbing.
hey, what up, Williams? Hey, trust me, Ben, there's way weirder shit that you don't know about, bro. There's way weirder shit that hasn't come out yet that if David takes this to trial, it's going to just fucking bury him. Because the witnesses and the victims, they won't come out till trial. David won't know who they are until the day they take the stand. That's how this works. They're not going to make the victims available to them. There's no fucking way. The prosecutor's like, no fucking way. They probably told the defense, you're out of your fucking mind. Because the defense is like, well, who's the victims? They're like, no. Okay, so I know it just cut out. They're most likely wanting, oh yeah, he slept. No, he groomed her, dude. Ben. Nah, he groomed her, big dog. Nah, he groomed her from a teenager on up. Nope. That way when she turned 18, she just fucking open on up for him. Nope, he groomed her. He groomed her. He sleeps with all the women. They all know. I was asking Cliff that today. I was like, do the women know? He's like, fuck yeah, they do. All the women know they're all sleeping with the same dude. Yep. It's, yeah, Noah. Dude, using your phone to commit a crime is like writing a fucking journal. It is. Me and Cliff had a nice long talk today, and I'm not going to disclose everything, but it was a good talk, man. And one thing we talked about today with this was David always, Cliff, fuck, love you, bro. If y'all watching, man, what's up? What he was telling me about David today, and he'll verify this, he will, is that David always had this like invisible shield around him because he was a church. And he's like, he always betted on that, Rich, that he would always say, oh, yeah, because I'm a church, you know, there's a stipulation and you know, certain rules that, dookie deacon. And he's like, that's something he always bet on, Rich, that the government wouldn't do shit to him because he was a church. I was like, yeah, he was dead fucking wrong, was he? He's like, hell yeah, absolutely. Hit that like 45 people in here. We're going to do a case update here too in a bit. We're kind of talking about it right now. Yeah. Okay. And just real quick, I want to put this out to the survivors out there. Okay. If you guys are watching this, let me tell you something right now and please listen. Please, if I'm not an attorney, but please listen to me. If David's attorneys try to come to you guys to question you, tell them to fuck off. That's what you tell them. Okay. You tell them to fuck off and don't ever call you again because they're going to try to call you. Okay. I promise you, they're going to try to call you because they will have access to you eventually. But they're going to try to call you to find out information about you to make you look like a shithead on the stand, okay? This is facts. This is facts. If I get called to the stand, guess what? Same thing's going to go for me. They're most likely going to try to call me, try to find shit out about me to make me look like a prick on the stand, but I have nothing to hide. I haven't been the one laundering money. Okay? So, survivors out there, if you okay, you tell the lawyers to take a fucking hike. That's what you tell them. Fuck off. Unless you're dealing with the prosecuting side, you don't talk to the defense. They're not your friends in this, okay? They're David's friends in this. Don't talk to them. The lawyers are probably like, fuck, man, that guy. Don't do it. Don't talk to them. Any lawyer will tell you that. Don't talk to them. If they call to try to talk to you, fuck off. Click. Yep, smear campaign. Don't erase hard evidence. Yeah, don't erase hard evidence. Keep all your emails, everything. Everything that David's ever sent to me, guess what? I've kept it all. I've even posted it on the channel. Yep. Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him, right, Hannah Banana? You don't talk to lawyers unless it's your lawyer, okay? Because these lawyers, let me tell you something, they don't give a fuck about you. David's lawyers, they don't care about you. They don't. Mark my words. They don't care about you, okay? We care about you enough to tell you, don't fucking talk to him, all right? Do not talk to David's lawyers one bit. Oh, yeah, that they're a brother and sister on the loan. Yeah, stupidest idea. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Police and opposing counsel. Look at Noah Winslow's advice right here in the chat. Survivors, do not talk to these lawyers, okay? Do not talk to them. My best advice, tell them to get fucked. Tell them to get fucked and you have nothing to say to them. And if they call again, there's going to be problems. That's what I would tell them. If they try to call me to get information, that's what I'm going to tell them. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. Just like I told David when he tried to sue me before.
And, you know, indicative of your dangerousness. And I think your history and characteristics as well. You don't have a criminal history. And by your lawyer, you've been, serving in this ministry, and you have, you have supporters here who believe in you. And, that would be a good thing in your favor, but it also cuts the other way too, because what's laid out here in this indictment and what I've read is really concerning, Mr. Taylor. You are alleged to lead this organization that is alleged to have engaged in some activity that is incredibly troubling, concerning to the court. So I think this all speaks to your dangerousness to the community, and I know your supporters completely disagree, but you don't have all just supporters. There are people who, you're going to have your witnesses at trial that say none of this happened. They're going to have their people that tell a very different story, and that's not unusual in situations like this. But from my vantage point, I'm extremely concerned. I'm also really concerned because there's no real good place right now for me to tell you where you could go, where you would be. No, you let me talk.
Okay.
You've talked. I know you proposed an address in this
That was David trying to cut off the federal judge.
district that hasn't tell you where you could go, where you would. There's no real good place right now for me to tell you where you could go, where you would be. No, you let me talk.
Okay.
You've talked. I know you proposed an address in this district that hasn't.
His ass trying to interrupt the federal judge. I was talking to Cliff about this. Like, hopefully the judge took him back there and just told him, or the lawyer took him back there and told him to shut his fucking mouth next time.
Been vetted by pretrial services. I have no idea where that is. You don't have, you have some ties to this district. There was a church place here.
I know, especially a fucking federal magistrate, dude. I think that's what makes it so good. Iron Price, what's up, brother? Dude, I think that's what makes it so good is, once again, David's ego won't let him shut his fucking trap. And I was just thinking that just 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, before we even started, it's like David's ego, it wouldn't even let him shut his fucking mouth while the judge was trying to get her bit in, her fucking 9-minute bit, after the defense and the prosecution had time to lay out their entire story.
But
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari.
Okay, I don't really care. Let's go and listen to that again, just for the fuck of it.
vantage point, I'm extremely concerned. I'm also really concerned. The trial that say none of this just. So I think this all speaks to your dangerousness to the community, and I know your supporters completely disagree, but you don't have all just supporters. There are people.
And I told him don't come to Texas, but he's all, challenge accepted. He's all, fuck that. I'm going to walk right into the lion's den.
People who, you're going to have your witnesses at trial that say none of this happened. They're going to have their people that tell a very different story. And that's not unusual in situations.
Exactly right. David is used to manipulating conversations that his ego got in the way, and the judge is like, nope, my turn to talk. Shut up. My turn. My turn.
Like this. But from my vantage point, I'm extremely concerned. I'm also really concerned because there's no real good place right now for me to tell you where you could go, where you would be. No, you let me talk.
Okay.
You've talked. I know.
There was David's ego popping out. His ego told him, say something, say something. Say something. Say something to her. Cut her off. That was David's ego. It's funny to hear his like weak little fucking ego pop up, right? Listen. Hey, what's up, Jay?
There's no extremely concerned like this.
He'll have I'm gonna have the judge removed. Listen to his little weak ego. He's all,
But from my vantage point, I'm extremely concerned. I'm also really concerned because there's no real good place right now for me to tell you where you could go, where you would be. No, you let me talk.
Okay.
listen to his pussy ass little ego. He's all, okay. Somebody finally told me to shut the fuck up. There's the judge.
You've talked. I know you proposed an address in this district that hasn't been vetted by pretrial services. I have no idea where that is. You don't have, you know, you have some ties to this district. There was a church place here.
It will Captain Howdy, it won't be televised, bro. Don't take the work off. It won't be televised, my guy. It won't be televised. Federal trial, brother. No cameras allowed.
I'm not convinced that anything pretrial services has offered, you know.
And, you know, I want to talk about this being a landmark trial because I had a nice long talk with Vanessa Johnson yesterday. Really nice, man. And this is a landmark trial, everybody. This is a landmark case. It's a landmark trial because this is ultimately setting a precedence for what's going to happen in the future with these types of cults. Yeah, well, now, Iron Price, look, David's blaming me and Rick Frazier, actually. Did you know that? Iron Price, me and Rick Frazier are the cause of all dead-ass serious. He even identified me and Rick Frazier. Yeah, this will be a historical trial. Yep, absolutely. This was a criminal slave labor operation in America. You don't see this type of shit, but we brought that shit to the fucking surface. Okay, so you caught it? Okay, yeah, so we're doing court case. Right now, talking to Cliff today, you guys, this probably won't go to trial until sometime next year. April? Pfft, keep dreaming. Keep dreaming on April, you guys, okay? It's going to go out farther. Well, Lavelle Israel, that's going to be discussed, man. That's the mind control tactic in this, right? If they're all volunteers, how is it forced labor if they're all volunteers at the church? See, this is okay. How do I start this off here? So like Cliff, let's use Cliff for example. Cliff went there to like do something, right? He went there to make something, and he wanted to truly serve like the king, like he truly wanted to serve God. Okay. This is how I got it from Cliff. He wanted to go there, like they were on fire for God, new in their relationship, new in their marriage. Fuck yeah, let's go do this church thing, right? That sounds like something good to do with your wife when you're freshly married. And then David just slowly turns the boiling water up, man. It's like put a frog. This is the best way to explain it. Put a frog in a fucking pot of water on the stove. Cold water. Turn that fucker up real slow. See what happens and cook itself to death. You throw a frog in a boiling pot of water, that fucker's going to jump out real fast. I've never done it, but that's what's going to happen most likely. That's the same thing. Dangle a carrot in front of a rabbit on a string, you know? It's like, you ever see the episode of fucking Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam where Bugs Bunny keeps drawing the line farther and farther and farther and farther and farther until Yosemite Sam walks off a cliff? That's what David does. That's what David does. You keep drawing the line a little further, a little further, a little further, until eventually you fucking walk off the edge of the cliff. Best way to put it, man. That's how you do it, Lavelle. That's how you do it. You dangle a carrot in front of somebody's fucking nose, bro. He'll get a deal, but it's not going to be the deal he wants, Chuck Wood. Yeah, these people couldn't leave without permission. Now, the other thing, why I firmly believe human trafficking charges will be brought in, we've talked about this. Yeah, volunteers don't get starved, slapped, or showed into a hot building. Exactly. That's volunteer work? No, that's fucking abuse, dude. And shoving people into a building in Florida in the middle of summer is dangerous. You cause fucking heat stroke, heat exhaustion, dehydration. Fuck. Should I go on? That's what David was doing. You know, if he takes this to trial, though, it's going to piss the judge and jury off something vicious. You don't want to take something like this to trial. Yeah, force, fraud, or coercion. Exactly. Here we go. So, hang on here. That's DOJ. No, there's something else I want to look at. There we go. Bam, right here. Right here, indicators. I've always asked how many of these can we check off with fucking asshole David? Yeah, but you know what though, Iron Price? David's not the type to take the deal. Iron Price, his lawyers have already said David wants to go to trial. He wants his day in court. He wants his day in court. David does. His lawyer already said that. He's like, he can't wait to have his day in court. They could plead the day of, we'll take a deal. 5 minutes before they walk in, they'll take a deal. And it can happen just like that. It can happen just like that. He is that dude, Iron Price. I was blown away when his fucking lawyer said that. I was like, he wants to go to trial. He wants to go to trial. Hey, you know what, Lavelle? Hey, funny shit, dude. Me and Cliff were saying that earlier. What if these two lawyers are just like, fuck yeah, fat payday? And they're just sitting back soaking up David's money. That's what I told Cliff too. He wants his 15 minutes of shame. It's like, okay, David, you want it. You're going to get it if you want to take it to trial. But his lawyers are probably telling him, just take the fucking deal, dude. You don't want to deal with this. You're going to go to a jury trial. They're going to stick to the maximums if they convict you. You're going to prison for the rest of your life if they convict you. You do realize that, right? He's like, yeah, but I still want to go to trial. I don't know where he's getting money from. It's going to dry up eventually, though. It's going to dry out eventually. But people were asking, right? What's like, it's human trafficking. These were some of the biggest ones that I found. One of the things that I also found deep into this was when you have a lot of people at one location and maybe like 2 or 3 or 4 cars. So you have like 50 people living in a fucking mansion, right? So you have 30 people living in like, and this is how this also happens. Look at where David was. Had all those people there. Nobody fucking knew, you guys. This happened in San Antonio. Couple years back, they found all these people living in a fucking mansion and they were human trafficking. Look at what happened in Avila. Same thing. Human trafficking. He was moving people around for this operation. This is what we based our type of investigation off of, was these criteria right here. What's he doing? Where's he moving the people? What types of locations are they? Are they secured? Are they gated? Yes, they all were. They had guns. There was this, not only did they have guns, but there was this invisible gun also of David holding this gun, this invisible gun of salvation to these people's head. Nah, fuck no, dude. Nah, they don't believe. I don't think they believe a word they're fucking doing, brother. Eli Gonzalez, no, I don't think they believed a word for it. I personally believe, this is just me. This is just Rich Holmes. I firmly believe they opened up KOGGC to launder all the fucking money into the real estate. Why didn't David just stay with JMMI and pay the fucking bills and pay the bankruptcies and just stick with the name? No, because he got greedy. He's like, fuck, let's launder all this money through another tax exemption. The government will never notice. Ever. They'll never ever notice this, okay? And plus, we're a church, they won't do anything about us. But no, I don't think they believe a fucking word of it, man. I don't think they believe a word of it, brother. Nah. Let's see. These are some of the biggest indicators right here. Yeah. This is a big scam, everybody. David ran a big scam, and he used the tax exemption to do it. And he's blaming everybody else for his fucking problems except himself, except the one who dug his own fucking hole. And I hope his little cult members are watching. David, you know, the only one David should be blaming is himself. But he never will because he's a fucking full-blown narcissist. I mean, seriously, cult members, you really think this is all my fault and Rick Frazier and everybody else's fault but David's? Did we force him to launder the fucking money and force him to beat on you guys and be assholes to you? No. This was all David's doing. Was I paid to have David to send out the fucking text messages to you guys to tell you not to eat? No. Prove that. Prove that. Seriously, cult members, I would love for you guys to prove this in court that I was paid by Rick Frazier. Seriously, you guys are fucking delusional, and so is David. And the fact that you guys actually believe him over this stupid fucking idea is what makes it even funnier. Makes it even funnier that you guys, David planted this seed that Rick Frazier's paying me. Prove it. Because apparently there's extensive corroboration that I've been heavily involved with Rick Frazier. Yeah, cult members, you guys have been liberated. Leave. If you guys need help, go to the feds. Go to the feds. They're supposed to help you. They have resources to help you guys, to get you guys home, free plane tickets, everything. Everything. You guys have a free ride right now, I'm telling you. Take it. Yeah, and the fact... Sebatar, the fact that he even fucking had the balls to mention me in this, I'm like, he's got to be fucking dumb. Because they're going to be like, well, who's RH? Well, Rich Holmes. Well, who's Rich Holmes? Okay, well, I guess now we got to go that route. Your Honor, he's the guy who's been telling us to do our job. Well, Your Honor, that guy, Rich Holmes, he's a real pussy, by the way, okay? He's a pussy. But he's the guy who's been telling us to do our fucking job, okay? He's the guy that apparently is the cause of all David E. Taylor's problems. He's this YouTuber, okay? And he's been the proverbial thorn in his side, and it's his fault, Your Honor. Well, why is it his fault? Dude, I can only imagine that line of questioning. Like, why would it be our fault? The cult members, seriously, why would this be our fault? Yeah, I did nothing but expose him. Well, Your Honor, Mr. Holmes exposed David E. Taylor's fraud. Well, why was he committing fraud? Why was he committing fraud in the first place? Yeah. Well, Your Honor, he exposed all the tax exemption frauds and all the money laundering that he was doing. Well, why was Mr. Taylor laundering money? They wouldn't be questioning me. They'd be questioning David. Well, why was your client laundering money in the first place? Your client's mad because he found out his scam? That they picked apart his scam? Is that what he's mad about? Oh, so he's mad because he got caught. Yeah, everything here is evidence now. David's like, God damn it, I should have just shut my mouth. But yeah, this is going to be a landmark case, you guys. There's a lot of moving parts still. I was talking to Cliff about this today, and he knows some people who know some people. If I'm somewhat a problem, can that cause the feds? Fuck, feds can look at me all they want. They can look at me all they want. I got a few dings on my record, but nothing like that would cause anything concern, really. Receiving stolen property, a couple moving violations. Nothing really to be worried about. No, I got a pretty squeaky clean record. Few unpaid bills out there in collections, but nothing to the point where it's like laundering money. You know, that's the only dings I had on my record, and I did probation when I was a kid, man, for some stupid shit. But I mean, if they really want to get me up, I mean, the feds, they can run my background. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. I've run my own background. I've seen my background. I don't care. Run it. Run it. Here I am. Run it. Run my background. I give a shit. I got nothing to hide. Run it. But it very well could. But if David wants to drag me into the middle of this, me and Rick Frazier, And say they put me and Rick Frazier on the stand to see how we know each other. We're going to tell the same story. We barely know each other. We've had a couple conversations and that's it. Nothing to the effect that Rick was paying me or I was helping in any way by him. David's own little fucking delusion. I love it. And he's sitting there in prison right now, probably as Rick Frazier and Rick Holmes. Fucking pussies. So yeah. And Cliff's sources. Cliff's sources are kind of the same as mine, but he had a closer contact. But this is going to take longer, you guys. The April date. I don't want any money from Rick. No, he doesn't fall under clean hands doctrine here. Nope. His money's dirty, just like David's. He just didn't get caught. Yeah, blame everyone but himself. But right now, you guys, there's a pile of evidence. There's a mountain of evidence. What's up, Manny Guzman? Good to see you, brother. Let me give you a blood in, blood out, homie. Yeah, you know, I want David to live a long, healthy life. I do, so he could serve time in prison. Yeah. I just remember the last thing Rick said to me is, I don't want to talk to you. No, because David would be shackled. He wouldn't be able to fucking run. Yeah, those videos, absolutely. Those videos, I want everybody to know that. Okay, those weren't to hurt Rick in any way. Okay, I want everybody to know that. Those videos were completely coached. Okay, those were some coached ass videos. No, those were fucking false. I'll fucking stamp that shit. Okay, Rick is a good fucking dad. All right, I want everybody to be real fucking clear about that. Rick is a good fucking dad, right? He took care of his kids. Katie's a fucking liar, and so is Debbie. Rick is a good fucking dad to his children. Yeah, Rick's a scammer, right? He's a good dad, but he's a scammer, okay? And dude, he takes care of his fucking kids, man. That's honestly, if he was a piece of shit to his kids, it'd be different. But Rick, you are a good dad, man, and I will fucking stand by you on that, man. I know you are. I know you took care of your kids and you just got shit on in the end, but you were also a scammer, Rick, and you just didn't get caught. But that's all bullshit what they fucking did to him. Like, you know what that causes for somebody like a father like that to say you were sexually abusing your kids? Jesus Christ, man. It's fucking more invasive than a fucking bankruptcy court. Take your kids in, examine them, fucking put them with doctors, ask them all kinds of fucked up questions. Hey, way to go, Katie. That's what you really wanted to put your dad through? Way to fucking go. But you don't care. You don't care because you and your mom slept with the same fucking man, David. Yeah, that kneeling crap is all bullshit. Okay, oh, wait, here. Fuck yeah, she was lying, Eli. That was a fucking lie, dude. Hell yeah, she was lying. Okay. Remember when the prosecutor said that even one person came back during the raid and told all the people not to take government assistance? We could knock out one human trafficking thing right there. Bam. Does a person appear to be coached on what to say? Nope. This, you guys, no televised trial with this one. No televised trial. It's a federal case. It won't be. Nope. It won't be. But you can go. You can go if you want, but there's no videos. Yeah. Hey, Cap, for real, dude. Look, we could knock that one right off. Joseph told people don't take that shit, and they all fucking right there. Does the person appear to be coached on what to say? Absolutely. Yep. Fucking check right there. Bam. This is one right here. I could click all these off. disconnected from family, dramatic change in behavior, mental or physical abuse, timid or submissive, yeah, fearful, show signs of being denied food, sleep, or water, or medical care, yeah. This is why trafficking is going to come in as a later charge. I think they're going to bring trafficking in on a separate charge and have it carry its own case. That would make more sense. Stack the two cases, split them and stack them. Split the charges, right? Split the initial charges. Yeah, that fuck needs to be arrested. And Joseph knows it's coming, I think. I think Joseph knows his time is fucking limited, which is why he hasn't been showing his stupid fucking face around. Because he did this, and even the prosecutor said it in her initial proffer. She was like, and even one member, Your Honor, during the raid, came back and told members not to take the government assistance after we were there. Oh, she's trying to get money from the cult, I'll bet you.
United States of America versus David Taylor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sarah Cohen appearing on behalf of the United States.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Scott Rosenblum appearing.
Joseph doesn't have any money to lawyer up. That's why he's hiding. Manny, he's hiding like a little bitch. But yeah, she was...
Who have assaulted other people within the organization. Was, according to the evidence, a serial sadist. And that is no exaggeration. For 11 years, in 4 states, over a decade.
So this, I like going over this because we can always talk about the charges in the case. Right? We just looked at human trafficking. To me, that would make sense. Right? They already have the initial set of charges. Right? But with the testimonies, they could file a whole other separate set of charges based off the testimony of the survivors, especially if it was done for commercial acts, right? Whether it be sex, work, or fucking whatever commercial act. It doesn't have to be sex all the time. It could be for work. It could be for fucking to pay off bills of somebody else. They're going to bring human trafficking in. Watch.
Terrorized and traumatized workers with violence, threats of violence, sleep deprivation, medical deprivation, and food deprivation.
What did she just name off there? So we got 2 right there. Just with Joseph and the prosecutor right there. There's 1 criteria for human trafficking that she just named off. Bam, human trafficking. It's going to come, dude. I can't fucking wait. They're going down. They're going down.
Contrary to the defense brief, victims and witnesses will testify that David Taylor, defendant number 2, Michelle Brannon, and others in the organization, including some who are sitting in the courtroom today,
Joseph Bush,
assaulted others in the organization, including, to date, at least 1 minor who has come forward.
Now that new document that just came out, the lawyer's trying to fucking discredit that minor that fucking went forward. Lawyers are fucking scumbags. No, Chris, you're not that late, bro.
Specifically, witnesses thus far who have been willing to come forward have reported that approximately 10 members who have assaulted other people within the organization. Because of the nature of the public proceeding, the government is not going to identify those people at this time, but there are approximately 10, again, including some seated in this courtroom today.
Doesn't he look really pathetic here? Okay, and the people that the prosecutor is talking about sitting in the courtroom is Joseph Bush. Okay. That prosecutor is talking about Joseph Bush and that piece of shit sitting right there, and he's like, uh-oh.
Victims and witnesses will also testify that they were deprived of food, sleep, and medical care. Their testimony is corroborated, overwhelmingly, by Taylor's orders and threats to his victims that have been documented. For the record, the government is going to place some of those threats directly from Taylor into the record, notably with the times. Beginning on just 1 at 12:26 a.m., Taylor...
It'll be the dumbest thing for them to take the stand in this.
Texted an armor bearer. As the court knows, an armor bearer is Taylor's personal slave. He instructed the armor bearer as follows: you'll have to raise $164,000 today. To clarify, the armor bearer was responsible for passing on that order to the workers.
Dude, look at his fucking hair, too. You know what's nice? I imagine him sitting in court like this, too, just all fucking chopped up looking. Oh, man. Chris, hey, you think he's sitting in court like this, bro? I know David can't stand. He has to sit down. He has to take the sit because he can't stand. Oh, man. Like when I watch this and listen to this, it's like I see David sitting in court like this. So he's sitting looking at the judge like Krusty the fucking Clown.
Each hour you will fall behind, consequences will start. We will mess with the food. You will fast from the regular food or abstain for a while. Those who do not push in their calls individually and as a team with the right amount of people and closing numbers at 6 p.m., they don't eat dinner at all.
Don't settle for less. Here's what others are doing to fix missing and broken teeth. The company everyone has been raving about is...
David's got missing and broken teeth now.
They might
But
get
not because he's like eating shitty food, because his fucking teeth are getting knocked
a snack
in.
before bed, but not much. And this regiment will go on every day for 21 days until they obey. Take away the food. Exclamation point, exclamation point.
All right, that's one of the really... That's going to come around and bite David in the ass. The fact that he was starving people like this. You don't do this. You don't take away food. And then David had the fucking balls to call them degenerates. Well, what I found out from Cliff too, he told me this today. Cliff was like, what David would do, we were talking about his hygiene. He's like, yeah, David wouldn't brush his teeth and he'd go and fucking blow his breath in people's faces and shit to see what they'd do. Just to get a reaction out of him. David's a fucking bully. David's a fucking chump ass little bitch bully, and he's gonna fucking get mopped up in jail if he does shit like that. Cliff told me he would do fucked up dirty shit like that to his members just to see what reaction they could get out of him. That's the type of piece of shit that David is. He would fucking blow his stanky ass breath in people's face. Sick fuck, dude. Sick fuck, bro. That's dirty, Lavelle. Dude, what if he did that to you, bro? Would you laugh? I don't think you'd be laughing. You'd probably fucking drop it. Dude, you'd probably fucking sweep kick him, dude. You'd probably sweep his fucking legs out from under him. I would. Pull that shit. Get your fucking legs swept out from under you, dude. That's some bullshit. Fucking full-grown man come up to you and do that, dude. Better expect to get your fucking ass beat. That's some bullshit, dude. That's more than invading your personal space, dude. That's worse than fucking spitting on somebody, bro. I mean, you might as well. I don't find it funny, Lavelle. I don't find it funny at all, dude. It's fucking dirty.
There will be other consequences. We must make them fast and pray. Another one at 3:55 a.m. Taylor texted the same armor bearer. Those in the top 9 that don't do well will stay up and close and stay on top of the delinquents. Put the pressure on them for not having their time off.
Like, imagine this smelly fuck blowing his breath on you, dude. That's fucking dirty. It probably smells like a fucking sewer, man.
Nor food. They will fast. At 3:52 a.m. on another date, Taylor texted his armor bearer. Let everyone know we have to raise at least 50.
Hey, just by the way, I want everybody to know Catherine is now renting a house for $10,000 a month. $9,900 a month in California, okay? Just a little news flash there. We just found this out. $10,000 a month. Eli, I don't know if they found drugs. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. David looks fucked up. It wouldn't surprise me if they found dope. It wouldn't.
50,000.
David's an addict, dude. Usually when you're a sex addict like that, drugs go along with it really well, bro. I've been there. I've been not directly in his situation, but I've been on that verge, dude, and it's not a healthy environment, bro. It's very, very bad. It's very bad to be a sex addict, but also to be addicted to drugs at the same time. It's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Yeah, she knows. David Airy, Uncle Jake. David Airy. He's got a website. It's some real nice area. $10,000 a month though. $9,900 a month. Yep. Donor money. Catherine's gonna get nailed too.
By 12 midnight, if this happens, the top 9 and those who did well can rest, but the others who didn't will stay up until 4 a.m. and study notes, and they will wake up at 8 to 9. And if they don't do good the first 5 hours, they will not get lunch. On another date, 7:57 a.m.
Cat mom, yes.
There's evidence of consequences.
When you're a sex addict, drugs go hand in hand, dude. I'm not lying about that. It's very true. I'm pretty sure they found fucking dope somewhere with David, close to him. Absolutely. Maybe at one of the other houses. I don't know. But yes, I firmly believe that there was drugs somewhere found.
Consequences when people are sleeping and are having a hard time waking up. He texts his armor bearer, pour water on everyone's faces that's halfway sleeping and not working. Wake them up now. My next level of judgment tomorrow is that it won't be just 4 a.m. It will be every hour you waste in the day will be added on past 4 a.m. In all capital letters, tell them all to stand now when you throw water on their faces.
And let me go back to this. There's something in here where let me find this. It was really nice because the lawyer laid it out. I'll sum it up. The lawyer basically said David wasn't around when any of these crimes were committed, that he wasn't there when the offenses were committed. And we've always talked about RICO. That's why we have RICO, is for shitheads like David when they commit shit like this, so they can charge the people who was giving the orders, which was David. And that's what I'm trying to find, where it was that. See if I can find it here. Yeah, Uncle Jake in the house. Maybe if they put he was absent. I gotta find this. Fuck, where is it at? Oh, that's for the hotel down in Houston. Oh, man. Boy. But yeah, somewhere in here it says that David wasn't present, But again, that's why there's RICO, man. That's why there's RICO, so they can punish assholes like David for doing shit. He was probably pissed about the power going out. This is all a fucking lie. This is all the fucking lie. Go help FEMA. Dude, they had problems at that hotel. They have a hospitality group. Hospitality group. Look at this. They had a hospitality group. They're just trying to make David sound like a nice guy here. RICO. Racketeering, influence, corruption organizations. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Right here, RICO. 18 USC, RICO, Manual for Federal Prosecutors. This is what RICO is. 18 USC. This is one recent. That's 68, but this is the one. Right here, Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. It was the courts made back in the 60s to combat the mob and shit like that. So they made up a court. They're like, okay, you want to do all this fucking, you want to do all this criminal acts? Well, guess what? We have this court now. It's called RICO, and this is built for people like David. And they could bring up RICO charges still. Okay, I'm just telling it. One of my sources, bottom of page 3. Okay. $13. Okay. Which one is it? Go to page 3 of the document to find the text. Or is it paragraph 3? Oh, it might be paragraph 3. But yeah, if you're watching, that's what I'm trying to find is where. Page 3. Okay, I'm at page 3543, but that's a table of contents. I think I meant paragraph 3 of that page. Shut away. What a fucking lie. Taylor, many years of different traumatized. Yeah, that's bullshit. Go to the bottom, go to page 3 of the document to find the text. Keep going. Okay, I'm on page 18 now. That's all the text messages. The actual page 3. The page 3 is a table of contents. Page 3 is table of contents. Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Now I got you. 1, 2, 3. Here it is. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Here it is. Taylor was not even present when the alleged punishments were imposed on the complainants. Gotcha. Okay, got you. Got you. Thank you. Thank you for guiding me in. Appreciate you. I was like, where's it at? I was like, help me. I got one of the sources right here, guided me to it because I'm fucking lost in the sauce. Thank you. Yep, got it. Yep, got it. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, bitchin', big shout out to you. I got you. Yeah. And this is ultimately why RICO was formed. Because the mobsters, what they were doing back in the day, he just gave the orders exactly, and that's why RICO was created. Because the mob's like, well, we never did anything technically. We never did anything, so you can't hold us accountable. Hey, Sketch. Well, we're looking at RICO right now, and how David said he wasn't present for any of the punishments. Well, he sure as shit was the one giving them out. I know, but hey, Chris, the only reason he's cleaning out the commissary is because he's being extorted for all of his food. They're like, you better buy me some candy bars, sucker. Better see my honey buns this weekend. They're like, you owe me those honey buns, punk. Yeah, the prosecutor was right. Him being in Shutaway, he was still able to terrorize his victims. He was. That's going to come out in the trial too. That even though David was in Shutaway, he knew about it. That's the thing. Oh, he wasn't present. He was the one ordering the fucking punishments, asshole. This fucking lawyer, man, he's got his head up his fucking ass. Either that or he's just getting rich off of David. Either way, he's got his head up his ass. Yeah, exactly, Chris. RICO. That's why we have RICO, everybody. Straight up. What we see here, RICO, is because of this right here. He wasn't really there, but hey, he fucking ordered him. Yeah, he's in for real Shutaway now, motherfuckers, right? Yeah, Shutaway shacked up with some chick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shacked up with one of his little cult concubines. Yep. That's what David had, was his harem of concubines. That's all it was, harem of concubines, man. Every woman served him differently. And this could very well end up in RICO just because of this right here. So here we have the lawyer pretty much describing RICO. Oh yeah, having the women. Yeah, no, you're right, dude. Having the women take Plan B, Manny Guzman, dude, that's just gonna piss the fucking jury off, man. Why are we having these women take Plan B, Mr. Taylor? No, David's not gonna pay his lawyers. He'd be like, fuck that, I'm not paying these lawyers. They fucking suck. I'm going to jail, I'm not paying you. But yeah, this is right here, man. This is why RICO exists right here. Hey, Mia Quacko. David's lawyer literally spills the beans. Hey, you know, he wasn't even really there when all this shit went down. But, you know, he's still a good guy, Your Honor. Okay? He just told everybody to do all the shit. He wasn't there. He wasn't there, so he shouldn't be in trouble. I know David Koresh just left the conversation. Yes, man. Yeah. Come on, yes, man. Let's go for a walk. Marcus, man, he's a real piece of shit, dude. Marcus is a real sack of shit, dude. He's a real fucking piece of work, that one. Surprised he made it this far in life, actually. Yeah, he's got Bitcoin ghosts. Yep. Exactly like the boss said. Exactly. He's saying, hey, the boss wasn't there when all this took down, but hey, his text messages say to commit the crime. He was there, Your Honor. Dude, this prosecutor's fucking, like, the defense is stupid. The defense doesn't really have a defense in this. They're going to blame it on somebody else because he wasn't there. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to sit real well with the judge. Like, okay, well, since he wasn't there, right, and we have these text messages, What if the judge says, okay, let's just go ahead and get Rico involved. Let's just go ahead and get Uncle Rico involved. And since he wasn't there and we have these text messages of him sending out orders to commit crimes, let's just go ahead and get the Rico courts involved now. Let's go ahead and kick this up a notch. Sprinkle it up with some essence. Yeah. They got nothing. They got nothing. Which is why they're coming after me and Rick Frazier on page 23. Like, seriously, they have nothing. They don't. They don't have anything. Dude, it's too funny. It's too funny. It is. This must be David's like last fucking hoorah. Sketch. I'm serious. I'm dead ass serious. They're blaming me and Rick Frazier. And I know you are, Sketch, and you know me. Yeah. No, it's funny that they're trying to blame us, right? Yeah, dead serious. Yeah, Chris, I'm in here. Yeah, RH. I've been assisting Rick Frazier for the last 10 years. And I've been heavily involved. I've been getting paid by Rick Frazier. You didn't know that? Yeah. Oh, Daniela, you know David's blaming me and Rick Frazier for all this now. Right? You do know that, right? We told you this was on the other last couple nights, but well, no, because they're not going to name like potential witnesses, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's like they know who I am. Those lawyers know me. I'm sure they probably have caught one of the streams once or twice. They're like, uh-oh, we got a real big problem here with this guy, David. This guy isn't going to budge. You better just take the deal because if you take him to trial, you're going to lose. I hope his lawyers told him that. I do. I hope his lawyers fucking told him, like, you tried to sue this guy? I hope David told him that. Yeah, I tried to sue that guy from Winners and King that you guys actually mentioned in court, and he told him to fuck off. Cliff even said that. He's like blaming Marley and shit. Yeah. But that's what we're just kind of keeping an open conversation about the court today. How it could end up in Rico because David, right here on page 3 of this detention reconsideration, this is David's basically letter to the judge that he's crying and he's fucking tired of being in jail. Yeah, they dropped the ball on Michelle. Yeah. It's all right, though. They got David. Michelle dropped the ball on herself, though. That's the thing. Michelle will drop the ball on herself. We don't need to do that. She'll do it herself. Okay. Right here. This is right here. Who just dropped in here? Matt Moore. We're talking about that. The government. Yeah, devil. No. Right here, Chris. Yeah. Right here, man. The punishment. Saying that David wasn't there is just setting the fucking case up for Rico. And they got 2 people. They could run a Rico case on David and Michelle. It's that easy. Yeah, you want it? Here you go. There you go. I don't know if that'll work, but it might not work. I don't know if it'll work. It's just a download, so it might not work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. That, you guys, trust me, I've had conversations with this is all Michelle knows. This is all Michelle knows. She already can't get approved for an apartment. She got an extra 21 days to find a place. You think in the next 21 days she's going to be able to find a place? I don't. She has to be free of the cult within 30 days, and she still couldn't do it. And I know for a fact she's already violated her bond. I don't know. You know, Eli... Hold on, listen to this. I gotta take this call.
Later in the text, you tell them I don't care about them being sick. On another date at 3:23 a.m., Taylor texted to his armor bearer, I can't be kind to you letting you start later and sleep in. I can't be kind with none of you. You're all working until 4 a.m. Now, I don't care if you're tired. You've crossed the line. You're going to work all night and get up in the morning. In another text, Taylor texted a group of workers, you're not going to bed tonight until you raise $33,000. And as the court knows, the $33,000 and all of the other money that Taylor is insisting being raised is not for the benefit of the community. It is for the benefit of David Taylor and Michelle Brannon.
It is. All the money that they've made was only for the benefit of them.
On another date at 1:44 a.m., Taylor texted a group of workers in capital letters, point blank, if you don't work, you can't eat. On another date, Taylor texted a group of workers, warning to the whole staff in capital letters, if you don't work and learn closing like we told you, then you won't eat. There are more. They are in the brief.
Yeah, Sketch. I don't... If David were to bring any of us to trial, like, fuck, it would be the worst. It would be the worst for him. It would be the worst. David doesn't want to bring me to trial. Well, no, even at one time in some of these documents, Leanne, he calls them degenerates. No, he calls them degenerates. No, and Sketch, I don't know David to the point where he can, like, bring me to court. Seriously. It would. It would be David's, like, final coffin nail, dude. Like, seriously. He's going to blame all of this on me and Rick. Seriously. That's his defense? Yeah, if he gets convicted of guilty charges, then it's all over. I know, gives new meaning to the word padded cell. David, I'll show you the meaning of padded cell. Yeah, David bringing... Yeah, you guys, that's David's... That's David's defense now. Me and Rick Frazier. It was all of our fault. And the other 8 people who came out. He doesn't think he did anything wrong. I think it's funny. Yeah, that's the thing. God said he'd be in this position, so why? Saying stupid because he was the one with all the bull. Yeah, exactly. I would love to take the stand against him. The fucking lawyers trying to make me look like a shithead. Well, I wasn't the one with all the bulletproof cars and fucking laundered money, sir. Your client was. No, okay, so Sketch. This is literally David crying from his fucking jail cell saying, Your Honor, I want out. Let me out, please. I've only been here for 60 days and my ass is already a fucking wad of hamburger, okay? So he's literally sitting in prison whining like a little bitch. That's what this is. Reconsider order of detention. And they put a bunch of bullshit in here to reconsider. Why should we reconsider? But from what I found out from people who are federal inmates, they're like, or like have done time, they're like, he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. So David's literally sitting in his jail cell brewing about me and Rick Frazier that we caused all these fucking problems and that it's our fault. The court case, it's going to go on. And you guys, for real, what I found out today, don't expect a trial for a year. April, long shot. That don't even fucking... April, probably a continuance. Yeah, Michelle got all offended like when somebody called David by his first name. Don't call him David. Yeah. Oh, Eli, you called in? I got you, bro. Hang on, let me get you on here, brother. I got you, Eli. Just let me get you called in here, and we're going to take this call, and then after this call, we'll wrap up the show. So I'm going to play Fortnite tonight. I got you, Eli. Let me get you back, brother. Got you. All right, coming through, Eli. The hell? For some reason, it's not calling. Hang on, Eli. Let me see if I can get you on the line here, bud. I saw that you just called. Give me a second. Hey, Kennedy Mueller. I don't think he will because his lawyer said David wants to go to trial, dude. David said he wants to go to trial. Calling you back, Eli. See if we can get you on the phone here, brother. There we go.
Hello.
What's up, Eli? You got the
Hey.
stream, brother.
What's up, buddy? Hey, I was just listening, bro. I was cracking up because you were talking about how, like, you know, David. You were saying, like, you know, David doesn't want me in there. David doesn't want me to, you know, go to court, and he doesn't want to take me to court. And I was thinking, can you imagine the lineup that he will see that one day? Like, if it's like, Your Honor, we got Rick Frazier, we got Rich Holmes here, we got Kathleen, like Colleen, like the lady from the deposition. Can you imagine his face when he sees the lineup that they have against him?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I just wish I lived close there and like it was televised, because I can just see his face. Like he's gonna be in shock.
Yeah, I think he's already in shock right now, like based off what we're seeing just with this. Like he's brewing about us, dude. This is clear. He's brewing about us.
Yeah, man.
All of us.
Man.
He's sitting in jail.
So like what are the odds that you think you'll get called up?
50-50.
50-50?
50-50 now. At first I was
I
like,
don't see a world where they don't. Like I feel like this is the only channel, you're the only person who like pushed something like this hard, you know, like if we're gonna be honest, like if it wasn't for you, the channel, and like the members, like the community that you have, like who would know about this guy, you know what I'm saying?
That's what when I put out information to the feds and I was sharing shit with them, I was like, this is a complex operation you guys have here. You better get somebody to unfuck this because it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
They
have your, I also was listening whenever you were talking about, like, you know, he messed up mentioning you in the, you know, it says like RH now or whatever. Like I was saying in the chat, like, bro, they have like your entire YouTube channel for like evidence now. Like if they didn't know who you were then, like they're probably like, oh, let's look into this guy. They're like, oh, okay, thanks. This guy just did all the work for us.
Yeah. That's what I've been hearing lately by people, is like the feds are fucking lazy. Until somebody like us comes along and pushes the envelope, they have to do their job finally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang, man. Well, all right, man. I'm gonna let you go, bro. I just got back home, so
Yeah.
I just wanted to hit you up, bro. I've been listening to you on my way home, so.
No, that's cool. I appreciate you calling in, Eli. You have a good night, man. Drive safe, brother.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
All right, be
See
good.
ya.
Bye. Right, Eli. Cool. Thanks for calling in, Eli. Appreciate you, brother. Been serving him for 10 years now. Tried to tell him, but wouldn't listen. Is it Daniel Gewen, Leanne? Because that's the only person I know serving David right now for that long is Daniel Gewen. Pretty sure it's him. I don't know who else benefited from the money, but they're gonna find out, Kennedy. And you're saying that David wants to get out of jail, but he's not the type to fucking take the plea deal and just because David doesn't want to do any time. David doesn't want to do any time. That's the problem. David thinks he's done nothing wrong. He doesn't want to do any time. That guy? Oh, I know. Yep, I know who you're talking about, Leanne. I know exactly who you're talking about. But that guy's like not even at the ministry now. I think he's gone. He still supports, but he's not there. He's not physically there that I know of. They're going to track all the money. And Kennedy, trust me, like I'm still like sending information over to the government, dude. This hasn't stopped because there's more shit coming up. I'm talking to some of these survivors and the witnesses on the back end. I'm not going to fucking name them for obvious reasons. Because people have asked me, am I? And it's, yes, I am. I will tell you, yes, I am. Certain shit I won't put out for obvious reasons. But there is stuff that I will put out from time to time, but I can't. But these people are watching. They're watching right now as we speak. And we're here to still support them in any way that we can to let them know that we're in this until the end. But David, Kennedy, his lawyers even said like he wants his day in court, dude. David wants to go to court. He wants to take the stand. But it's the dumbest it's the dumbest idea to do that. Okay, he's in Canada, Leanne. He's in Canada. I'm gonna wrap it up here pretty quick, actually, Matt, because I'm gonna play some Fortnite. You want to call in real quick or what? Yeah, new Fortnite, Matt. Man, I've been kind of enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so yeah, my sources told me, Leanne, that he's in Canada. Not physically there, but supports the ministry greatly. Yeah, he lives in Canada. Okay. So he's not there physically. That's good. That's good. They're not there physically. That's good. At least they have that process away from them. Okay. All right, cool, Matt. No, thank the source that just texted me. They watch. They're watching right now. You can tell them thank you. They're watching. They enjoy watching because on the flip side, it's also helping these people heal, man. They get laughter out of this. Uncle Jake's videos, they're getting a kick out of them, man. They love them. They love your videos, man. They're loving them. They laugh. They're on the floor fucking laughing, they say. So everything in this, like to help these people heal, we're here to help them. Laughter, just listening to them, whatever. But yeah, no, they're watching. They watch us. It's all going to come out in the end. If you remember that White called in the N-word, he think I seen another podcast about David, a black guy journalist. Remember that White called in the N-word, he think the shit out of you. I don't know who you're talking about, Biotech. Yeah. There've been a lot of podcasts, man, about David recently. That's what I figured. The generators were so you guys could. I said that in the text. I bet they got generators just so you guys could continue to make money. Yeah, that's the only reason they got generators. It wasn't so they could keep the lights on. It was so they could continue to scam, dude. David's all, we need generators so we can keep the lights on. Yep, they needed electricity to cook. They didn't have electricity at the hotel. My source is telling me this right now. They're texting me right now as we speak. right here. Yep, that makes sense. Source, yeah, it makes sense for him to get the generators for that. We kind of had an inkling of that. We knew it wasn't a good situation at that hotel, man. Oh God. And it looked like the bottom floor flooded too. We think that it did, based off the tiles popping and stuff like that. We're taking a pretty good guess that it did. We saw some tiles popping when Kathleen was walking one time. Yeah. So David's in lockup until further notice. Oh yeah, Catherine's paying attention. You bet Catherine's paying attention. She's like, okay, how do I get away with this? How do I get away with this without getting in trouble, everybody, okay? I know. I know David had all these Marvel powers. Why did he need generators? He had these electricity powers. He should have been able to turn the fucking power back on in all of Houston. He's all, hey, everybody, I have electricity powers. I'm Captain Planet, okay? There was damages. Okay, yeah, I figured there was. We all did. That first floor, we know it's like in kind of type of a flood zone, and the water pools, we found that out in that area. So we know the tiles popped. Yeah, we knew there were damages. We knew there was. And we knew David wasn't fixing those damages either. Just running those places into the fucking ground. We knew it. Nellie's pad probably got ran into the ground. All of them. I know for sure 15400 got ran into the ground too. Kind of like how David's going to get ran into the ground by Bubba in prison. He probably already is getting ran into the ground. That's why he wants out. He's like, Your Honor, can I please have out of this place? He's all, these guys aren't very nice in here. It's David's defense. Oh, okay, thanks, Kennedy. I don't watch many podcasts, dude. I don't. Yeah, and he couldn't just walk out through the walls and fly over. Yeah, it's like he's got all these Marvelic powers. He's all, hey, I'm a shadow mover. I can walk through walls. I have electricity powers. Okay, hang on a second.
Son.
Hey, we're still live. Did you want to talk for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna call in. That's all.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. What do I need to do?
Well, we're live right now. What do you want to tell everybody? Just remember, we're live.
Oh, true. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
I am just excited for April, and for everybody who is listening, who is still in there. You got to step back and you got to ask yourself what's real and what's not real. I know that you put on a facade for the sake of the cult, but you've got to look and see what's real and what's not real. And instead of believing that everything is just a lie, you've got to think about it.
Yeah.
So,
because David's told everybody out here that we're liars.
yeah. Yeah, it's everybody that could be a detriment to what he had going is going to be a liar.
Yep.
That's just obvious. And so you've got to think, well, especially that people that have family in there who your family's trying to tell you, like, you need to get out. This isn't right. This isn't true. This isn't, all it's cracked up to be. Your family loves you. Your family or your friends who are telling you this aren't telling you this just to, shoot the breeze and, sip a lemonade. They're telling you this for a reason. They love you. They want to see you safe. They want to see you come out. They want to see you see the truth.
David likes splitting up families.
Yeah.
That was his ultimate.
Well, he makes money doing that.
Yep. He makes money off breaking up families and then putting it into a slave labor operation.
Yeah.
This is, I will say this is a family member of somebody. I'm not going to say who, but this is a family member of a member. And I hope you're watching.
Yeah, and the thing is, they believe everything that they've been told, and they won't look outside of those parameters.
Yeah.
And so when the FBI came in, they had already been told that was going to happen.
Yeah.
They had already been given a it had been predetermined that that's what it was going to be. And so for those that are still there, they are on a high hill. They are feeling like they are king of the world because they feel like they're doing the ultimate thing. They're being persecuted for what they believe in.
Yeah.
And that, in a sense, is the true test of your faith. And so if that's the case, then, for those that believe that's what they're doing, why would they want to come out of that? Why would they want to step away from that? They've been preparing for this for years.
This isn't persecution, though. Real Christians nowadays, in my opinion, don't truly know what real persecution is.
No.
They don't.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's you can look back in history. There's a lot of bad persecution.
Yep. It takes a
But
while.
it definitely goes along with his story, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Sure fits those parameters nicely.
Kennedy Mueller says it takes a while for the cult members to start thinking right. And as long as they are feeding each other, it's going to be more difficult for them to think correctly. That's why we got to fracture it more. We got to get everybody home so they can have their families and start getting their proper thought processes back.
Yeah. But it's interesting as I've watched the cult members and how they've been since this has happened in August. You almost get the sense that there's a sense of freedom.
There is.
Or and it's like, okay, so if you still believe in what you're doing and who you're following, then why do you feel a sense of relief? Why do you feel a sense of like, I can breathe. I have room to live my life. And,
Yeah.
Why did that go away?
Yeah. Interspace Alchemist says they're scared. That fearlessness they claim is all smoke screens. I'm with you.
Yeah.
They don't have their they don't have their brain, which was David, to do all their thinking for them anymore. They're going to start thinking real long and hard and clear here pretty quick when they get hungry and shit just doesn't go their way.
Yeah. And what I've been wondering lately is every December, end of December, they go to Taylor, Michigan.
Yep.
And they do their big one night with the king. And then so I'm like, well, so are they going to be able to do that? And financially, number one. And number two, how are they going to get there? How is that, does that start to open up those smoke screens when you start to see like, well, where's the money? Because they can't be bringing that much money in right now.
No,
they just can't.
All the bank accounts have been seized.
Yeah. And then who's calling? Their lives are averaging like 15, 16, 17, 20, 25, maybe 30 people watching their lives.
And they have all their phones, which was their big money maker.
Yep.
They have what? They don't have the 100 phones anymore. The FBI seized all the electronics.
Yep.
Money's.
Where did all that go?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, where's the money going to come from? How are they going to put on this show? And when they can't, or when they have to just re-air, what does that, I mean, do you think about that? Do you think about, well, what is this, and I'm going to say it in quotations, ministry?
Mm-hmm.
What is it coming to?
It's just going to be a spam rerun show.
Yeah. Well, just like what did they do? The Jewish holiday that they just did.
Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah. Yep. And that was all reruns.
Yep. That's why we need to report him for reruns. Like they're literally spamming the platform now. David's in jail.
Yeah.
He's in jail.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I kind of got like at the tail end of this, but
no, you're good.
So he brought the paper that you're going over.
Yep.
this is something that was just given to the courts recently?
Yeah, it was given. It dropped on. Let me pull it up again here real quick, and I'll tell everybody. Now I'll wrap it up
sorry,
after
I've
this.
been busy today,
No,
so-
no. Don't be sorry. No. Okay, so this court document was just released to the courts on the 4th, which was 3 days ago. And this is basically David bitching at the judge. I won out, so they wrote up a proffer saying, "Hey, this is why he should be able to get on detention."
Okay.
And he's blaming me, the survivors, and Rick Frazier for all of his problems.
Well, the blame game is not going to work in court.
No.
I'm sorry. There's no, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
That's
David's gonna blame me. Has he ever gone to your church, Mr. Taylor? Well, no. Okay, how are you gonna blame him then? Has he ever signed any paperwork? Well, no. Well, how's it his fault?
Yeah, my goodness.
Dude. No. But I'll let you get going. I'm gonna jump off here and finish up the live, and I'm gonna play some Fortnite. So
Yeah.
Well,
no, you enjoy your Friday night, and thanks for.
no, we'll bring you on again because I know you wanted to come out and talk some more.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm curious. I'd like to talk to the other family members that have people in there and just encourage them.
Okay.
And we all have our days, you know. There are good days and there are bad days, and
Yep. We're with
some
you, though.
days are harder than others.
Yeah. Will you stay with us, Sketch?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Okay. You have a good evening.
You too.
Bye bye.
All right, bye.
Okay. Thank you, Sketch. Appreciate you. I've asked not to disclose the name of that person for obvious reasons, but they go by the name Sketch online. So give Sketch a shout out. They are a family member of one of the current members. That's all I will say. Now, with that being said, David, I hope you're just having a horrible fucking time in jail and you're shitting your pants. Michelle, break your fucking bond. I know you already have because you think you're above everybody. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next stream. And you guys have a good Friday, man. Have a good weekend. Stay warm. I know it's going to be